Okay. Here we go. Let's get my Discord windows open here. Oh shit, it's private on YouTube. Public. All right. Okay. Both of my all right, continue. Naoki Hamaguchi.
You probably already know this, but our reactor's the first of its kind. It really puts Mount Nebel on the map.
I've seen a few reactors in my time. But none with such a breathtaking view. Who could tire of it?
Everyone, eventually.
Man, I wish I could go on trips all over the world like you guys.
Trips. I think you mean business trips, which are no fun at all.
Though you do learn stuff on them.
That's so cool.
All right. All right.
Everything okay? Not going too fast for you, am I?
Of course not. We're just trying to pace ourselves is all.
But I thought you guys were in a hurry.
Even so, you'll burn yourself out running like that.
I'm not even close to burned out. Not with all the training I've had.
Guess you really are the best there is.
Yep. Alright.
Seen those near the village, and they're not nice. What do you think?
I think I got this.
Then they're all yours.
Copy that.
Push it all the way across the ravine.
You're done. Bye.
Alright.
That was awesome.
You think?
If this is how it's going to be, there doesn't seem much point in me fighting.
I guess not. You leave it all to me, huh?
Don't mind if I do.
Alright. That was a fun stream, by the way, Mario Man.
All yours.
You got it, you Cloud.
Let's finish this. Well, that's that.
There we go. How's the stream look on your end? It looks okay on the monitor. I just want to make sure that there's nothing funky going on with the capture card.
Is that Mako? Whoa.
I see 2 viewers on Twitch. Hello.
Come on, soldier. You can do better than that, can't you?
Just you watch.
Okay, how? Oh, that's the wrong button. Here we go.
Gotcha. Try this. You're done.
There we go.
That one felt pretty good.
Combat's pretty good. I mean, it was, honestly, I thought that was one of the bright spots of the first game.
Take it away.
Okay.
Let's finish this. Bye.
Here we go. That's okay. He gets back up just to be knocked back. Because the cutscene's gotta play out in that specific way.
Well done, Trooper.
Thank you.
I got the rest. Brace yourself.
There we go.
We still have a long way to go.
Shall we pick up the pace?
Not unless we absolutely have to. Our guide might not be so lucky next time.
Then, how about I go on ahead and clear the way for you guys? I'll be careful.
You'd better.
Cool. See you at the reactor.
Alright, materia. No, I'm fine. Okay. You know, I think what would make this, what would actually, like, make this feel more like an RPG is if no matter, like, which materia you used, the character themselves are the ones who are leveled up. So if you put that same materia on a different character, they still have to master it.
Bye. You're done. Well, that's that.
Here we go. Yeah. Cloud is either too skinny or too muscular. I think he's alright. I don't think he's, you know, I think he actually looks more normal in this game than he did in the original. But that would take effort. What would take effort? I'm not. Oh shit! My game title's off. Okay. You mean I can't just mash one button and beat the game? Okay.
If it's a fight you want, see ya. Bye. Gotta say, that one felt pretty good.
Alright. Picking the character level. Oh, that part. Okay, yeah. That would take effort instead of general one-size-fits-all system. Yeah, it would be. I feel like that would be a very simple change to the game. I legitimately feel like this could be a mod to make it so that the characters themselves would have to specialize in these fields. Because I mean, ideally, I would like these characters. I would like to make it so that the materia has a more long-lasting impact, like the spheres in Fire Emblem: Mystery of the Emblem, where, like, if you have them equipped, it'll actually affect your stat growth rates. That would, I really think that would be cool, and it would make the game more rewarding to play, and make it feel more like a role-playing game, and it would also I don't know where I don't know what the last one I was going for. You know, of course, yeah, it would feel like a role-playing game. It would just, yeah, and it would just make the game feel more rewarding, you know. It isn't just some one-size-fits-all thing. I think I did this in the demo too. Yeah, that's Yeah, the sphere system, I really like that about Mystery of the Emblem. Oh, the third thing was I was going to mention that it would also help contribute to its more... You wouldn't have to sacrifice any of its free-form factor with the materia. Like, you can still give abilities a la carte, you know? And build them how you want. I could probably... I don't know, maybe I could... Maybe one day, like, I could get, like, an RPG maker or something.
Not that way. It's a dead end. Rockslide took out the bridge a while ago. Come on back, okay?
Okay.
I'm thinking I could, if I ever get, like, RPG maker or something. First of all, of course, you want to customize. I would want to customize, like, I would actually want to have my own assets and make it feel smooth, you know? I'm working with SRPG Studio, which is made by the same guys. It's, the presentation is not that great, and I'm trying to look for as many plugins as possible to try to make it look,
This way.
you know, a little smoother.
Gotta make a detour through a Shinra facility.
To think I almost made you our guide. Good thing I reconsidered. Otherwise, you'd have let us straight off a cliff. Lead on.
I wish more of the story stuff in the previous game was through, like, real time. Like, just navigating levels and whatnot, instead of cutscenes. Because I would feel like I'm still playing, you know? Yeah, make RPGs Build-A-Bear again. This, like... Man... If they could, like... If they could combine the battle system we have here with the class system of Octopath Traveler, we'd have a fucking masterpiece on our hands here. Get the second RPG Maker MV, not MZ, because they have so many legacy plugins that still work. Ah, gotcha. Spells, materia and equipment. Ah. All right. It's a little cramped in here. Yeah, hopefully that engine, hopefully RPG Maker has plenty of tools where I could customize the leveling system. They do that, the Octopath class in Final Fantasy Combat. That's a whole new IP ready to sell itself. I mean, whether they do it in Final Fantasy or
Whoa.
hold on. There we go.
Brace yourself. It's on now. Let's finish this.
There we go.
Piece of cake.
He's plugging for real-time RPG combat. Oh. Huh. Cool. That would be sweet.
The reactor may have been around for a while, but there are still pockets of Mako gas all over the mountain. Try not to breathe it in if you can.
Don't want to get knocked poisoning.
Oh man, they really have to make this move so slow.
Mako gas levels reduced by 20%.
The game is sold on Steam. Oh, neat. Okay. Yes, and it's not at $.
Mako gas levels reduced by 70%. No Mako gas detected. Elevator access granted.
Got it. Yeah, I feel like I almost think what's going to happen here is that Square Enix are just going to become a... They're either going to... At the rate that they're either going to stop developing games or they're going to stop publishing games because they're losing money on these games. So... And the thing is that a lot of their best games are games that they didn't even develop. You know? Games like Octopath Traveler that were developed by Acquire. Nier Automata developed by Platinum. Nier Replicant developed by Toy Logic. So... I've heard some relatively good things about the latest Visions of Mana game that came out this year, and that was also not developed by Square. So, who knows? I think that at the if they are going to continue doing both, I think that they should consider
Let me go
downsizing.
first.
Hey, I'm the guide here.
Maybe cut some of the bloat. Let's start with Nomura. No. Don't completely cut him off. Just give him. Don't make him the head honcho. At this point, he's proven that he's way too indulgent as a director. I expect them to stop making games first. Yeah.
What are you?
I wonder if it costs more to make games or to publish them. Probably, well... It probably costs more to, It costs more to... I would think that they cost more to, publish them, because that always seems to be a key factor that, most indie games can't really afford, so they have to rely on good word of mouth. PS1 had RPG Maker. Yep, I knew that actually. They are owned by Kadokawa. Okay.
He's in Fate's hands now. Do you know the way?
Yeah. Following the river should get us back to the village.
We're not going to the village. Can you get us to the reactor?
Sorry, I don't think I can.
I see. Well, we certainly can't send you back alone. You'll be safer with us.
Okay.
I'll be joining you up front this time.
What?
For your performance review.
You kidding me?
Good luck.
Alright. Yeah, we got the yellow tape. The yellow paint, rather. Hot take, but I don't think that yellow paint is all that obnoxious. It's a little, like, it is a little ugly. I'll give it that. But I don't mind the concept of like gently leading a player, like gently telegraphing where to go to a player. Because being lost just isn't fun.
Steady.
Farewell. Hold still.
There we go. Yeah. Oh, I was saying whether or not, before I was talking about whether or not it's more expensive.
More Mako gas ahead.
More expensive to,
There's no way around it either. You just have to go through it. Let's not waste any time. Mako this thick is dangerous.
All right. Bye.
there we go. Oh, what the hell? Yeah, this music slaps. I'll, credit where it's due. The Mako shot. Okay. I have no idea where I'm going here. I know that Square started off as a they started off, you know, just as a developer making, you know, PC 98 games and then some games for and then a couple of games for NES. I think Rad Racer was one of them. Hold on.
A Mako spring.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, but if we keep using Mako to power our homes, springs like this will disappear, right?
What are you talking about? Who told you that?
My dad. And the mayor, if you must know.
Except the planet's huge. Mako will never run out, right?
Naturally formed materia. And look at the size of it. Astounding. For the Mako energy to condense into
Let's
something
see.
like this.
Okay, we gotta
it must
talk
have
about
taken an
Square.
eternity.
I've always wondered, how does materia let you cast spells exactly?
How did you ever get to be a soldier? To put it simply, the knowledge of the ancients is sealed within each orb. That knowledge not only connects us to the planet, it allows us to tap into her power. That's how we can use magic. Or so they say.
Really? Magic sure is weird.
I know someone who'd be livid to hear you call it weird, or magic for that matter. I can just imagine what he'd say. It's an affront to science.
Who?
Hojo, from Research and Development.
Yeah, I figured it was Hojo he was talking
His
about.
predecessor was a great man, but him... he is anything but. We should press on.
Okay, let me see. Yep, they did make Rad Racer. They did King's Knight, and then they finally made Final Fantasy in '87. And I think it wasn't, I'm pretty sure it wasn't published in the States until 1990.
This won't take long.
Come on. I won't let you down. You're done. Get him. Stand back.
There we go. Yeah, this is pretty cool. MP. All right. All right. There we go.
This way.
Yeah, angling the camera a certain way is also is also a pretty effective way to tell the players where to go. Yeah.
Heads up.
There we
That's
go.
that.
Okay. Of course, we got sidling. Now, granted, this kind of stuff wasn't exactly. This stuff wasn't exactly uncommon in the original game. The original game on PS1 did this kind of shit all the time. So it's just linear levels and just padded out it just takes longer than it probably should. Yeah.
Not again.
Come on. Stand back. Not looking good.
Oh shit.
You're in good hands.
There we go.
Got your back. Piece of cake.
Alright. Easy as cake, piece of pie. Okay. Here we go. Though, I mean, it's not really hypocrisy to complain about these elements in the remake when the original game wasn't even really my favorite to begin with, which is not even like top 5 Final Fantasies for me.
Now we're talking.
Alright. Alright. You're not gonna get any point. You're not. Are you being? Did you actually mean to type it like that, or did you mean to say you're not gonna get any complaints from me? I swear, man, with these friggin' PlayStation games, it's the interact button is always triangle when you're like holding. You gotta pull a switch or some shit. Only one not. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I mean the original 7 is a good game. Like when you say a game's overrated, it's not the same as saying that it's bad. It's not. Yeah, see what I mean? Oh my gosh. Of course it has to be like really slow. Fix this second, not by accident. Okay. Okay. why. It's mostly Euro releases. They use triangle for
Gas levels
action.
reduced by 20%.
I don't know.
Gas levels reduced by 70%.
It's just a trend I've noticed with PlayStation exclusive games. I think that started with, if I'm not mistaken, I think that started with Uncharted. On the, back in the PS3, and then they continued that trend with Last of Us. Consensus, they'll assume you must be the pure opposite. Are you saying that in regards to me saying that I think Final Fantasy VII is overrated, but not still a good game? I think that I think Pro Jared does a pretty good job summarizing, you know, my thoughts on the game. You know, in his review of it was pretty positive for the most part. Like there's a lot of good things about FF7. Like it's still fun to play, you know. Yeah. But I mean ultimately I'll always think that that the Super Nintendo era was the highlight. You know, PS1 library was okay. Like 7 was good. 8 was, no, they tried. And 9 was excellent. Oh, Nick McBrain, huh? Well, I mean, honestly, that was probably a long time coming. 'Cause his drum, he ain't getting any younger, and drums, that tends to be like the most, you know, physically strenuous aspect of, you know, making music. You know, let alone in heavy metal. Yeah. We agreed on the SNES trilogy being the best. Oh yeah. Oh, he had a stroke. Holy shit, I didn't know about that. Shit. Yeah, after something like that. Yeah, you gotta take care of yourself. But yeah. Of course, the more Super Nintendo games I play, the more strongly I feel about its library. You know, playing the Fire Emblem games on there just like reaffirms why I think it's such an amazing system. Yeah, that was like the Sega Genesis was certainly not lacking in RPGs like Phantasy Star and, you know, the Shining games, but like, I'm sorry, but how can you compete with, you know, Chrono Trigger in Final Fantasy VI, in Earthbound, Super Mario RPG? Yeah, but then the next generation PlayStation took up that mantle, and they became the JRPG machine. You know, with Valkyrie Profile, they
Elevator access restricted
they
due to
did
Mako gas
they took they
concentration.
snatched
Air
the Final
purification
Fantasy
equipment
series
must be
from
deployed to
Nintendo.
clear excess Mako gas.
And they actually, unlike the N64, the PS1 actually did kind of have a Fire Emblem game called Tearing Saga from the creator, from the original creator of the FE series. SNES was a console that just had a superb library. Yeah, Genesis, the experimental, had just as good or better highs, but also lower lows. Chef with their ports. Yeah, well, the only problem with the problem with the Genesis were the add-ons that Sega themselves were making to try to compete with Nintendo. I remember James Rolfe was talking about the Bit Wars in his AVGN episode, talking about it was more so talking about it was his preface to his Atari Jaguar review, but yeah, that was beginning to mount when the 32X came out, and not many games dropped for it. But as for being shafted with their ports, I've actually heard that quite a few of the ports were better than the Super Nintendo, at least if we're talking fighting games. While the Sega Genesis may not look or sound as good, it's still it reportedly plays smoother.
No Mako gas detected. Elevator
And
access
of course,
granted.
it actually has the blood. Because Sony did that would mean a 2 to 3 year console refresh. Yeah, and for an industry that was just starting to find its legs, wasn't really a good idea. I admire what Sega were doing, experimenting with all this crazy tech. But the thing is that they chose, I don't know, I feel like they should have spent more time focusing on their games than the actual hardware. Because it was, it wasn't just the fact that Sonic came before Super Mario World. It was, he was a different character, and Sonic was a different kind of game. And that turned a lot of young gamers' heads. Sonic was this, fresh face on the block. He had this cool, upbeat attitude. Better fighting game than platformers. And the bad sound was because they used GEMS. Using a software to brute force the SNES sound files. Not actually. Like, they're just basically bit crushing the SNES sounds to fit on the so that the Genesis sound card can actually accommodate it. At one point was more popular than Mickey.
Wait.
Huh?
No kidding. Huh. That's interesting.
What?
Yeah.
Get back.
Yeah, when Sega released the 32X and the CD, the technology really just
You said
wasn't
you wanted to be
there.
a hero.
It was too soon.
Wish I hadn't.
It thinks we're after materia.
Someone should tell it we're not.
Be my guest.
Was a real-time synth, so you had to program the frequencies MIDI are instrument samples. Like, dude. Yeah. Like ad-lib. Like Earthworm Jim and Thunder Force sound. Force 4 sounds amazing. Oh yeah. Yeah, Earthworm Jim's soundtrack sounds way better on Genesis than it does on the SNES.
Not doing so great.
Rookies.
Okay.
Get me out of here. I owe you one.
When we're done,
Of course.
try to mix it up. You need to bear under attack.
Try to keep your guard up.
Try to keep your guard up. Defense cloud.
There we go.
It's all you. I got this. Sephiroth, take the lead.
Okay. Heal himself. Lester the Unlikely sounds terrible. I didn't know Lester the Unlikely was even on Genesis.
On me.
Okay, so it just transitions to the next phase. It looks like they don't stop taking damage, which is nice. That's actually, I like that. I mean, that shouldn't have been a thing in the first place, but you know, credit where it's due.
Till we knock it down.
Good thing I don't just fight with a sword.
For you.
Go for the legs.
Take out its legs. Now.
Got it.
Move in.
Copy. Get him. Try this. I won't let you down. Get him. Stand back.
Okay, here we go. EWJ has a whole level the SNES is missing. Oh, okay. Berenstain Bears. Okay, gotcha.
You're practically panting.
I'm excited.
Such a puppy.
Don't like the looks of this.
Stay alert. Follow my lead.
Copy.
Can't go near the Mako.
go.
Enough of this.
There we go.
Got ya.
Take it from here. Nice work.
Yeah.
Okay, hold up.
Castlevania.
Maybe I'm missing something here, but everything you've said makes Sephiroth sound like a stand-up guy.
Hold on.
Well, he was.
And now he's pure evil, trying to kill everyone on the planet. Help me to understand this shit. Tell me something that'll really make my blood boil.
Oh, I will. I will.
Jeez, has it really only been an hour?
You wait out here, Tifa.
Yeah.
No way!
I was gonna
I wanna
mention
go.
Castlevania
Please.
Bloodlines. It sounds amazing on
Sorry,
Genesis.
no civilians. Even if we weren't on
I
it.
replayed it not too long ago. I forgot that it has limited continues. Like, holy crap.
Carry
That's
on.
brutal.
Ugh. You better keep me safe.
And that soundtrack didn't even use all the sound channels. Yeah, it was amazing. It was the first, I think that was the first one that Michiru Yamane actually composed before she did Symphony of the Night, which also had an amazing soundtrack. You know, whatever I think of the game, no knocking the soundtrack. Actually, the game when you play as Richter, it's
Could be running at reduced
it's a
output,
fucking Castlevania
like
game.
most last-gen
Like,
models.
And let me guess. Pillagers don't have a clue about this.
Knowing Shinra? Of course not.
The company really needs to be more
well,
transparent.
I like this version of the Mako reactor
What
theme.
exactly is the problem with this place?
The people in charge. While most reactors are under the jurisdiction of urban planning, this one is overseen by R&D.
It's I like how eerie it sounds. But anyway,
You see here, you are not to speak of it.
Oh, I won't.
what was I saying? Yeah, when I I remember reading in an interview that what's his name? Koji Igarashi, I think that's his name. Iga is what he's known for short. But from what in an interview I read from him, he took inspiration from Zelda more than he did from Metroid. He was apparently pretty surprised by the comparisons. And I can believe that. There is I would argue there's a lot of overlap between Zelda and Metroid. Probably why I got into Metroid so easily. Of course, the first game on NES didn't really make the best first impression. I put that one down and then decided on Super Metroid instead, and I'm glad I did. It's a fantastic game, and I think it might have been the game I spent the most time on during my Super Famicom anniversary stream.
Perhaps you'd like to say a few words to your sword first?
On a fake sequelitis, I saw one guy said it best. Metroid is just Mario and Zelda in a sci-fi blender. Huh. You know what? Yeah, you're
Hojo,
probably right.
You are really something.
I mean, it was made, I think it was made after both of those, so...
What are those things?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I didn't even think about it like that, because I know Zelda was made to be in the complete opposite of Mario. You know, Mario has very linear gameplay, you know, straightforward levels, but
Genova?
they wanted to make Zelda more open-ended. And that game, you know, and Zelda's not necessarily the first to do it. You had games like Hide Light and Dragon Slayer doing that first. But
The malfunction must be forcing the pods to be
you could say that Zelda was the first one to do it right. You know,
Cloud, go out
Mario and Zelda came from the same pool of ideas.
Copy.
Yeah. It's why I felt like there for a while Zelda was kind of losing the during the GameCube and Wii era. I felt like Zelda was beginning to lose sight of its original of its original intent. It was supposed to be the antithesis of Mario. Now granted, after a while, Mario became more open-ended after a while. Though the latest Mario game, Wonder, is it's kind of, it does a little bit of both. I would say it's mostly linear, but it's
What are you
also
doing?
simultaneously open-ended.
These pods were built for the production of artificial materia. But Hojo repurposed them as incubators, cages for animals, infused with Mako, all to birth a new breed of monster. But he didn't stop at animals. Oh no. There were other subjects.
Really, that in part because Mario really does whatever. It's why you get Mario Kart, Mario Party, but no Hyrule Jamboree. Yeah, Mario just does whatever for the most part. Although I would say that the mainline series, you know, has been mostly consistent. You know, it's a platformer. There's not, you know, you get power-ups. Mario 64 really shook things up for Mario. I would say more so than Ocarina of Time shook things up for Zelda.
Am I the same as these monsters?
Sephiroth.
Ever since I was a child, I knew that I
That
was
Yoshi FPS.
different. that
That honestly sounds like something Rareware would have made back in the day.
not like this. Am I even human?
Eventually, we went back to the inn.
When was the last
we
time
got
we got a
there.
decent Yoshi's Island? I
Sephiroth
heard the
locked
one on
himself in his
3DS was kind of eh.
The mayor had been looking forward to
I
having me
enjoyed
with
Yoshi's Island
bona fide
DS, you know,
soldiers,
decently enough.
So he didn't take the news too well. Dad had to put up with his belly aching for hours afterward.
I never actually finished a Yoshi's Island game though, I have to confess.
Must have sucked. But what about Sephiroth? What happened to him?
He left. Didn't tell a soul where he was going.
Rareware messed with all kinds of stuff back in the day. I mean, granted, what developer wasn't experimenting, especially during the PS1 and N64 eras? It was a new frontier for gaming, you know. So, like, CD technology. Not only had CD technology entered the fray, but we now had games that could be rendered in real-time 3D, you know, which completely changes the way games can be designed.
I met Sephiroth as he was heading for Shinra Manor, and he acted like I wasn't even there. Busy, I suppose.
What I want to know is, like, I would love if console technology could, I don't know. I feel like there's, it just, like, each generation is lacking that, you know, that wow factor. You know, I think the Switch was, it seems to be Nintendo. We're the only ones consistently doing that. Like, you got a game console that, you know, is, you can plug into your TV, but you can also bring with you on the go. That's pretty cool. Like,
And older than the reactor. The company used to conduct research there, back when they were still a small manufacturer. Even so, the rent on that plot was basically what kept the village afloat.
Well, here we are. What now?
but, you know, I think, you know, the PS5 and the Xbox Series X having solid state drives, that is a nice addition, but I don't know that it would
Took a look around the
quite
place.
revolutionizes,
Sephiroth was nowhere to
you
be
know,
seen.
gaming in the same way that you know, it doesn't really revolutionize it in the same way that going 3D would, you know, or simply just the idea of having more buttons on, you know, when the Genesis and the Super
It
Nintendo
was news to me too.
came around.
Doubt anyone in the village had a clue.
Turn back. That's the Japanese symbol for death. Huh. With AI being a thing, it makes a man wonder, you know, what could happen to games from there. How can we harness it in a way that doesn't take away the human factor? Because there's still, you know, ever since generative AI was first unveiled, you know, its reception's been kind of all over the place. You know,
Life form in stasis.
you have a lot of artists who are against it, and you have artists who are like, well, hey, like, this isn't going anywhere. You know, why don't we
1977.
use this to benefit us?
Verified as an ancient.
You know,
MEG.
Night's Watch, Shad Brooks raises a good point when he says that that a lot of art programs use AI to try to for certain tools, like the clone patch tool. That's kind of AI.
Hey, Sephiroth. What you got there?
Leave me be.
You know,
And that was it. He stayed holed up in the basement. Reading, like a man possessed.
yeah. And from what I understand, the Switch, Nintendo's next console, is gonna be like pretty much more of the same. You know, going from the Switch. I'm hoping that they do try like some new, like, experimental technology that nobody's really
A locked reactor door. The name of 'Sephiroth's mother. An ancients. Screw it. Racking my brain's not gonna get me anywhere. May as well just ask the guy.
Yeah. Anyway, what was I saying? I'm hoping that they have something cool they have some like cool experimental technology to mess around with.
Ah, Cloud. I've come across
That
the most
can
fascinating passage.
Change the way games
The
are
specimen found in strata dating
made.
back 2,000 years.
I feel like the touchpad on the PlayStation is such a it's so cool, but like
Though the truth eluded me at first,
it's
I
hardly
later determined that she was an
used.
ancient, or a steward of the planet.
other than like maybe another button.
Legend. She needed a name, and so I dubbed her Genova.
Because the Wii U had some
The
pretty
Genova
cool,
project was approved soon after.
had some games that actually took advantage of both the gamepad, the screen, and the television.
And resulted in my conception. Or rather,
Star Fox Zero
my creation.
experiments with
The
that.
crowning glory of
It was
Professor Gas-
its results were kind of spotty from what I heard. I've not played it myself.
He created you?
Wesker Sephiroth intensifies because of his cat eyes. I'm just talking over the cutscenes.
I should go. Mother is waiting.
Total Mako saturation. Yeah. Mario Land was a good one with
Hey,
Luigi's Mansion
hold
minigame.
on.
Oh, are you talking about on that Wii U like resort game where it had like Mario and Zelda and Metroid, I think? But anyway, I also
I keep asking myself, why couldn't I have come to sooner?
what the hell was I saying?
If I had, maybe I could have saved the village. Or tried, at least.
Oh, yeah, Zombie U was another one. Super Mario Brothers, New Super Mario Brothers U, did some cool stuff with like the multiplayer, but I mean ultimately,
Hey, you! Get in there! The villagers need your help!
I keep losing my train of thought. But yeah. I mean the general gist of what I was talking about was how, you know, games have kind of
I'm sorry! He's gone! Is it true? Sephiroth did this?
Oh, it was him, all right. And he's still here. So keep your eyes peeled.
God,
Get your head straight. I need you to secure the way out. Now!
yes, sir!
the general point. Yeah,
But he...
people forever
Why would he...
think that they're gimmicks. I mean, maybe they are, but I would rather have something that's a little gimmicky than, you know, just you know, the same thing that, you know, it works, but it's, like I said, it's just the same shit.
Hold on, I'm coming.
Why is it doing this shit? He looks so casual while he's looking for a place to go.
Almost there.
Yeah, I don't think people who are calling it gimmicky, I don't think that they're looking at the bigger picture here. You know, this is why I was using Linux for so long, was because, you know, I think it's great in the sense that it offers, I like, not even just operating systems, I also like games that, you know, that have more experimental stuff.
Please be okay.
Like, I would rather have a sequel to an already established IP with experimental, cool new stuff than, you know, a brand spanking new IP that just has the same stuff. Like, fucking Horizon Zero Dawn.
Run away.
The thing is that there is something to be said, you know, people being more attracted to the familiar. But the thing is that it's also another saying that people don't know what they want until they have it,
I got you.
or until they see it. You know. Oh, brother. So like Half-Life Alex? I don't know. All I know about Half-Life Alex is that it's VR. I don't know what it does differently compared to Half-Life's 1 or 2. In fact, the only one I've really finished was Half-Life 2. Okay. Oh. Both at the same time. Why don't they just shoot him? Fucking dumbasses. So how they didn't have to tell the story the same way with a Gordon being a silent protagonist. If they shoot him, the girls riot. Not a quiet riot. Ah, there's the shot. The famous Sephiroth fire scene.
I followed Sephiroth all the way back to the reactor.
Yeah.
Dad and I had gone there to hide. When Sephiroth showed up, Dad decided that he was going to confront him. Dad! It was Sephiroth, wasn't it? He did this, didn't he? Sephiroth. Soldiers. Mako. Shinra. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of all of this!
Mother, I have come for you. Now open the way for me.
You murdered my dad! You burned my village! You promised you'd save me. If I was ever trapped or in trouble.
Her chest has shielded her organs. Jesus.
Here I am, your son. Mother, together we will reclaim our world. And I know exactly how we can do that. The Promised Land.
Sephiroth!
Mother, they have come again. The ones who robbed you of the planet. Your planet. But there's no need to be sad, Mother. Because I'm here for you. Now and forever.
You killed my mom. You killed Tifa. My village. My home.
They were mine by right. This planet too, for I have been chosen.
I believed in you. No. Not you! Whoever the hell you are!
Okay, I don't think it can quite zip between those angles so seamlessly without the textures popping in like that.
And that's the last thing I remember. The rest is a blank.
The hell it is? What happened?
It was all over the news. I remember watching it with my mom. They said he went missing during a training exercise. But then, the story changed. A couple days later, they started reporting that he was killed in action. Yeah, that was it.
The news outlets are nothing but Shinra mouthpieces spewing propaganda. Only dumbasses believe that shit.
Question. Does that make me a dumbass?
I didn't say that. What I meant was, screw Shinra for manipulating honest folks.
It doesn't matter what they said back then. Sephiroth was in Midgard. We fought him. Whatever happened, he's alive.
Don't know about alive so much as around?
But why come back now? After 5 years, doing who knows what?
Because he wants to finish what he started. He wants to reclaim his birthright and rule over the planet with Genova at his side.
After 5 years? Not to sound like a broken record, but it's really bothering me.
Well, what's bothering me is all this Genova stuff.
Excuse me. Guess the travel or something really did a number on my back. Feels as stiff as a board.
Let me take a look. Wow. You weren't kidding, were you? Let's get you back to the room.
Yeah, let's just call it a night. No amount of guesswork will get us any closer to the truth. So how about we give
They
our
didn't
heads
even
a
really
rest?
show us like the point where they like actually, where we would actually be getting to Nibelheim.
Oh no, you don't. That bed's mine.
Sweet dreams.
See you tomorrow. Hey, Aerith? You awake?
Barely. Why?
Was wondering, what's Cloud been doing these past 5 years? Where's he been?
And you're asking me this?
Just had a feeling you'd know.
Probably did at one point. All that stuff was taken from me, though. Or maybe erased?
By whispers?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why.
Why what?
Looking at seeing Red 13 just gave me an idea.
As far
Red
as
looks
I
better
know,
than the 2019
Cloud was never in
Lion
Nibelheim
King.
5 years ago.
Okay, well, they're already revealing that he was never in Nibelheim 5 years ago. The thing is that in the original game, you don't really learn that he's not, well, it's not that he's lying. He just kind of, his trauma just kind of did some funky shit with his memories.
Cloud, you up?
They're kind of spoiling a lot of stuff early. But I think that, but I do also know that this is supposed to be like an alternate version with different story bits and whatnot. So.
Sorry, did I wake you?
Nope. What's going on?
Oh, it's nothing, really. There's just something I need to ask you. So, can we talk?
Sure.
Great, but not here. Follow me.
Is it spoiling if it's gonna get rewritten?
You know that I killed her. So, who is she? Or rather, what is she?
Yeah, they're doing some stuff with the story. And granted, I'm not that bothered by the it is a little bothersome, to be honest, but like I probably shouldn't be, because like I wasn't really that attached to the story in the original game. And wow, what a view. This honestly reminds me of Final Fantasy
Do you
IX.
think Midgar's over there?
I hope that if they do remake 9, that they
Anyways.
give
There's
it,
something I need to ask you too.
they got to give it that Pixar look,
Shoot.
you know?
That night, 5 years ago, at the reactor, I saw you lying there. Saw your wound and all the blood. I figured it was too late.
Yeah? Wait, what are you implying? That I died? That I'm some kind of imposter? Can't believe I'm having this conversation with you, but here we are.
Alright.
Here, look. My scar. That proof enough? After you left, Zangan found me. He's the one who brought me to the clinic. He risked his life carrying me out of the reactor and down the river. Wasn't just him, though. There's the doctor who operated on me all night, and the nurses who looked after me for days on end. I'm here now because they were there for me then. And where were you again? In fact, where have you been this whole time? For 5 years.
I love
No, I
knowing an
can't tell
imposter.
you that.
Of course you can't. Sorry, I just need some space.
Alright.
I thought we could just pick up where we left off, like nothing had changed. But I guess I was wrong.
so?
I was so happy to see you again, but maybe I shouldn't have been.
You two fight.
No.
We have enough problems as it is. Copy?
Night.
Tomorrow is another day.
The English voice acting in this game is surprisingly alright. Chapter 2. New journey begins.
What's this?
A gift from our humble establishment. Though it may not look like much, it should help you to break the ice with those you meet.
Queen's blood?
Starter deck? Oh. Oh, it's a card game. No, I'm good. I never was a fan of Final Fantasy forcing their card games on me. They did that with 9. You actually had to play the game and win. And I'm like, this fucking sucks. I think they did. I think in 8 it was an optional
Apologize
minigame.
for not introducing
Get to
myself to
watching
you
him in his
earlier.
in-room.
I'm Broden, the owner of this inn. Your companions have all stepped out. Oh, but Barrett left a message he wanted me to pass along to you. You missed roll call, soldier boy. Luckily, you're on leave for the day. Don't waste it, though. Get your equipment checked ASAP. Sound advice?
Soldier boy.
Perhaps a trip to the arms dealer is in order?
Good idea.
By the way, Cloud, do you have any folios on you?
Yeah.
In that case, you might also want to pay a visit to Magnata Books. They have stores all over, but the first official one was built here in Calm, and their resident scholars are remarkably talented. If you want to unlock the true potential of your folios, you should go see them. The first customization is always free.
First hit's free. Yeah.
Finally. Rough day yesterday, huh?
You've been waiting for me?
I've been waiting for a chance to thank you properly. Without your help, I'd still be in Hojo's clutches, trapped in that lab.
Was nothing.
I feel like you should have a
So I
deeper
owe you a
voice.
debt until it's paid. I'm going to accompany you.
He sounds like this same guy who voices Cloud. Party EXP.
Oh,
Okay.
If you're getting your equipment checked, have them check mine while you're at it.
Sure thing. The rook's got a backbone.
Thereby increasing your party level. Ah, so it's like kind of like what Xenoblade does.
Morning.
Morning.
Everyone's kind of off doing
Voices
their
in
own
his
thing.
head.
I noticed.
Say, this tank remind you of anything?
Yeah. The place I made that promise to you.
You remember the dress I wore? It was one of my favorites.
The light blue one? With a bit of green in there?
Yeah.
Ah.
This is such a quiet, peaceful town.
This Mako tank allows us. I want to go up the clock tower next. You can see Midgar.
I hear Midgar's a mess.
Aha, finally decided to get up?
Yeah, just drop the stupid
Yeah.
set piece crap
So
and
what
let
you
this
been
game open this
Well,
game up a
waiting
little
for
bit.
you, of course.
You know,
You have?
Got business with
wouldn't
the
be
Midgar?
it wouldn't be the best thing in the world, but
But if you're free afterwards, wanna climb the clock tower together?
Sure. Let's.
For real? Awesome! Since it was my idea, I'll go get the tickets. I'll meet you in front of the tower, okay?
see you on top of tower.
I'll catch up with you later, alright?
Okay.
Hey there! Welcome to Magnata Books. Oh, I take it this is your first visit to one of our stores. Well, customization can seem tricky to the uninitiated. It takes time and experience to get it right. But I think you'll pick
Holy
it up quick enough.
crap, it looks kinda ugly in this store. Like, I realize I have it in performance mode, but holy crap. The orange skill cores can be unlocked by spending skill points. Okay, so this is like a kind of, this is basically a skill tree. Which,
And that's about all we can do for now. But we haven't even skimmed the surface. Believe you me.
so yeah, I can see
There's
that
much more to
this,
this
that
than
while
meets
the
eye.
core combat
May
is
not
still the
seem like it
same,
yet, but you'll see.
under the hood, the leveling systems are fairly different. But the PS5 processing power.
Pretty cool, isn't it? It's got Pixar Republic tanks and windmills.
Dude, it honestly looks like fucking Disneyland right now. I love it. What do you want to bet they had, that Nomura had, like, all the background designers from friggin' Kingdom Hearts doing this? Because it looks like this would not be out of place in a Kingdom Hearts game.
Damn. That is quite the weapon you got there, mister. Seen plenty of action by the look of it. But saying that, it's still only a shadow of what it could be. With a little love, that baby'll sing. If you like, I could show you. See? What'd I tell you? That girl is singing, and she's got the voice of an angel. Just make sure you take proper care of her, all right? Oh, and while you're here, check out what we got to offer.
The Firebolt Blade. Sleek Saber. Okay, see if we got anything to sell. Nope, not really.
You take care of that weapon now.
I guess they can do side quests. Comes with a distinct ability, which can be used when the weapon is equipped.
Need something for the
Chocobo ice cream. Wonder what that's
Wow.
like.
Over here.
The clock tower. That thing
Let's get started then,
that's
shall we?
missing from the Resident Evil 3 remake, apparently. Alright. Yeah, seriously, this looks like something either out of Kingdom Hearts or Final Fantasy IX. Not something I would really expect from, you know, FF7.
I think Midgar's this away.
Should be, yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised, given they used Kingdom Hearts 3 to test water. Really? Are you talking about because they use the same engine,
small it
or
looks?
what?
It is far away.
Speaking of, I should.
So, did something happen between you and Tifa?
Hmm?
Don't look so shocked. We're roommates, you know.
She say something?
Not about you two, no. Still, I can tell. I would have given anything to have a friend when I was growing up. Don't take her for granted.
Oh boy. It's kind of crazy to believe that this isn't pre-rendered anymore. This part looks pretty good. Whatever I said about the shop, that looks like crap.
You know the drill! Defy these terrorists!
They're looking for us, aren't they?
Yep.
Gotta be.
What the hell? Okay, why is my... Oh my gosh, why is my mobility so limited at a time like this? Holy crap. Should I not be...
Just what do you think you're gonna do? Move along!
Ah, there you are. There isn't much time. We need to get back to the inn.
But
Don't worry about your friends. They're safe. Trust me. No violence, please. This town has suffered enough.
come on.
Yeah, I believe you that they used Kingdom Hearts 3 to test the waters for the remake of 7, but I'm just wondering how. If it was anything other than, you know, the engine.
Not here!
Well, we know
We'll take
they're
them
in
back
town.
Hey, you! Seen anyone acting suspicious?
I heard about the reactor bombings in Midgard. That was you, wasn't it? It's okay. I'm on your side. Had a contact at HQ.
You were with Avalanche?
Not exactly. Stop. I'll keep the troopers occupied. While we're talking, you two go up and over.
Yeah.
May I ask what's going on?
We're searching for some fugitives.
Have you seen anyone suspicious?
Now that you mention
someone else. Stop wasting our time.
Okay, Jesus Christ, dude. Come on. Can you walk it? Could you possibly walk any slower? It's like being... It's like... It's like you're in traffic, you know, you're in the fast lane. You're in like 2 lanes, you're in the fast lane. You know, there's some slow-ass car in the right lane, which is fine because that's the lane they're supposed to be in. And then up ahead of you is another slow-ass car blocking your way so that you can't pass. That's what this feels like right now. Only you could swing the Buster Sword and spin to the top of the tower instead of running.
The inn's not much further, but stay on your toes.
Okay, for Christ's sake, they do have some things that they can identify. These, that they can identify at least one of them by.
Down below, waiting for you. The tunnel in the basement will take you outside of town. Leave now, and they won't catch you. Head to the east. A friend of mine runs a farm out there. He'd be happy to help you. Also, take this.
What's that, an iPhone?
It's a transmuter.
Transmuter?
Converts raw materials into more practical items. A Republic antique, but it still works. You'll get more use out of it than me.
Why are you doing this? Could have just turned us in.
Yeah, I could have. But this town and I have a history with Shinra. Who knows? Maybe this will turn out to be the worst decision I've ever made. So before I change my mind, you better get going.
Okay. Transmuter potion. Yeah, sure. Okay, easy enough. Okay. What was I saying? Oh. Yeah, they would have, like, they can identify him. He's got a Buster Sword. Hey, have you seen anybody with a big-ass sword?
You made it. All in one piece?
Jesus Christ. I mean, I wouldn't be nitpicking it so hard if it didn't take itself so seriously.
For the love of... Where the hell have you two been?
On a date, kind of.
What?
Well, that was the last one. At least till things calm down. Got that? Now, let's move.
Save but the background gets cameo who gets arrested. Oh man. Brother.
Where to now?
Where there's a draft. This way.
Looks like a job for me.
I think the next bench I find, I'm gonna end the stream. Okay, and also, like, Jesus, talk about an obvious exit.
It's so green.
So yeah, that can be easily traced back to the innkeeper, and they would stuff them.
A living, breathing planet. Even after everything we've done to it, it's still going strong.
No, please.
Look that way, but in reality, it's barely hanging on.
Guess I still have a lot to learn.
What do you want to know?
For starters, how do we cross these plains?
Come on now, that's easy. The same way you get anywhere. Pick a direction and start walking. Left, your left, right.
I guess we won't be coming back anytime soon.
Guess not.
Uh-oh.
Let's go.
It feels like everything's like happening. It's
And there it was, the first step on our new journey. You coming?
it feels way too long, and it also feels like it was rushed. How do you do that?
Right.
That's honestly impressive.
Follow me.
How do you make something feel as rushed as it feels dragged out?
Alright, let's get this show on the road, people.
You have defied the laws of time, okay? And from what I've heard, the games force you to do some shitty minigame.
Here goes.
No time to waste.
Alright. In a mediocre one. Massive story, now make it with the pacing of an intro to a high school anime, and a mediocre one at that. Yeah, no shit. That is kind of... That can be anime, huh? It's just, it's like Razorfist said, there is no Japanese word for pacing. I feel like I've become more and more of a stickler for that as the years have gone by. Alright. I feel like making this in the Unreal Engine is at least part of why the game can't really be as open and large as the original PS1 game. Because Unreal's just not really conducive to, you know, games that have these huge sprawling worlds filled with towns and NPCs and whatnot. This writing pattern is more than most people do, because most forget. What, you're talking about the whole, like, simultaneously feeling rushed and taking way too long? I think, I almost want to say when I came down to visit, one of your friends was saying that about Japanese writing, that it tends to be either meandering or you know, breakneck speed, or both in some cases. Okay, I have no idea how I'm supposed to. Okay. If you want open everything in a moment's notice, the Skyrim engine. Oh, the creation engine? Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Fucking, it's going back to Shad Brooks. He was talking, when he was talking about Starfield, how they're still using the creation engine, and how old it is, and that they should switch to Unreal. I'm like, brother, for what Bethesda generally go for, Unreal would not be conducive to that. Not at all. Like, at least not on that scale. Like, whatever you think of the game, you know, I don't think Unreal would be good for that. Like, they can, if we're talking like simulator-oriented games, it would still have to be on a much smaller scale, like System Shock, which was originally going to be made on Unity. Whatever the, You're dead. Get ready.
Damn it. So it's my turn?
We gotta be careful.
Sorry, but I gotta. Watch out for high winds.
Alright. So.
One more shot. You can do it.
Leave it to me.
This one's for you. That's over.
Alright. Basics is still the baseline. Yeah. Whatever Rockstar is using to build their games, that seems to be a pretty good, you know, like for the scale that they're going for, and for all the details that they have going on. Basics is considered based on how to make games feel alive in a small area. Yeah, although I don't think that's made in Unreal, is it? Because the point being is that Bethesda tend to make games on a very Very large scale. The OG Deus Ex. Ah, okay. Gotcha. You know what? I'm curious. Deus Ex video game. Yep, it was Unreal. It was the Unreal Engine 1. I was surprised because like it seems to have the same I would almost think that it was developed on the Dark Engine or something, like System Shock. Okay. Okay. Interesting. You want any buses come through here? All right. Well. Yep. I'm gonna put Unreal Engine on the map. Oh. Honestly, I would have thought it was Unreal itself that put Unreal Engine on the map. So made for FPSs mainly instead of a general engine. Yeah, it was made for shooters primarily. You know, which is why it works so well, you know, for games, you know, like Unreal, and I could swear there are like a bunch of Unreal shooters out there. I just can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah. Well, I think I'm gonna call it here. Thank you for coming, and hit the subscribe button and get Stuckmanized.